Hello everyone, in this video we will be talking about the basic operations with decimal numbers. So we're going to be talking about addition, subtraction, and multiplication. We will be talking about division in grade 5, so let's leave that for now. First off, we have addition and subtraction, which basically have the same rules. There's only one rule in addition and subtraction, which is that the decimal point of one number needs to be right beneath the decimal point of another number. So let's give an example of this. Let's say I have 3.21 plus 32.1. Again, as stated before, the decimal points need to be one beneath the other. So I'm going to put the decimal points first, and then I'm going to put the numbers in. So the first one is 3.21, and the second one is 32.1. And be careful not to cram the numbers too close together so that you don't get things mixed up. So here the 1 is actually beneath the 2, and the 2 is beneath the 3. Our first problem is here where we see that 1 doesn't have anything beneath it. So since it has nothing beneath it, we just put a 0 in. And we say 1 plus 0 makes 1, 2 and 1 makes 3, 3 and 2 makes 5, like we would do in any basic addition. And 3 and nothing makes 3. And then the decimal point comes down right here. Since it's here, it's going to come down like an elevator right here. And my result is going to be 35.31. The same goes for subtraction. So if I had, for example, let's say I had 4.5 take away 2.51, I would place these numbers as following. I would put the decimal point in, and then the first number on top, second number on the bottom, and subtract. First thing we notice is that 1 doesn't have anything above it, so I'm going to put a 0 here. And I'm going to start by saying 0 take away 1. Can I do 0 take away 1? No. So I need to borrow a 10. Make this 0 a 10. 10 take away 1 makes 9. I return this 10 that I borrowed here to the 5, and the 5 becomes a 6. 5 take away 6. Can I do 5 take away 6? I can't. So again, I need to borrow. Make this 15 take away 6, so it becomes 9 again. And then I return this one that I borrowed up here to the 2. It becomes 3. 4 take away 3 makes 1. And then I pull the decimal point down, so my result would be 1.99. That's the rule for addition and subtraction. Just place the numbers in such a way that one decimal point is beneath the other, and then do addition or subtraction as you would normally, and then pull the decimal point down. Multiplication is kind of different. It has its own rule. So what happens here is I don't care whether the decimal points are beneath one another. So let's say I have 2.3. Actually, let's make that 2.35 times 3.4. I'm going to write these numbers as if there is no comma. and multiply them as if there is no comma, as if there are no decimal points. Like so. So if there were no decimal points, I would just say 4 times 5 makes 20, write the 0, carry the 2. 4 times 3 makes 12, plus 2 that I carried over makes 14, write the 4, carry the 1. 4 times 2 makes 8, plus 1 that I carried over makes 9. Put a 0 beneath the 1s here. And then 3 times 5 makes 15, write the 5, carry the 1. 3 times 3 makes 9, plus 1 that I carried over makes 10, so write a 0, carry the 1. 3 times 2 makes 6, plus 1 makes 7. I add, again, as if there are no decimal points. And I get 0, 9, 9, and 7. And once I have done my addition, that's where the decimal points come in. What I do is I count the numbers that are to the right of the decimal points. So that's 1, 2, 3, right here. Okay. And then I go to my result and I put the decimal point in such a position that it has 3 numbers, as I counted here, to its right. To do this, I can just start from the right of the result and go 1, 2, 3. So the decimal point would go here. You can see that a little better like this. The decimal point would go right here, between the 7 and the 9, so that it has 1, 2, 3 numbers to its right. So my result would be 7.990. And that's all there is to multiplication. What you need to keep in mind, however, in both these cases, when doing work with decimal numbers, is the case where one of the numbers has no decimal point. So let's say that I want to do 9 take away 0.2. Now here 9 doesn't have a decimal point. It's not a decimal number, but as we've said before in class, it does have an invisible decimal point here at the bottom right. So I can put a 0.0 at its end without changing the number. And I would get 9. Now I can do the subtraction, sorry. I can do 9.0 take away 0.2. And if I do the subtraction, I would get 8.8. The same goes for multiplication. Let's say that I want to do 0.5 times 9. Here, I don't even need to put the decimal point in. I can just write 0.5 times 9, like so, and then do my multiplication. 9 times 5 makes 45. Write 5, carry 4, 9 times 0 makes 0, plus 4, 45. And then count the numbers that are to the right of the decimal point. That would be just the 1. So I would place my decimal point here, between the 4 and the 5. And my result would be 4.5. That's all for the basic operations with decimal numbers, and see you on Monday.